Hi, I'm Jeff Stokes. Welcome to Jeff's Daily Dose of Encouragement. Today I want to encourage you, remember my servant Job. Now obviously he's not my servant, but that's the words that, these are words that often when I'm crying out to God about certain things that I hear coming back to me. Remember my servant Job. If you live in a situation or through things that you suffer quite badly, especially health conditions, but really anything in your life that's been going on for quite a while that you believe you're believing for God to deliver you out of or set you free from, and you feel like the devil's been allowed to have a fairly good old go at you, and God is using it. He uses it for good. God works all things together for good to them that love God and to them who are the called according to his purposes. And he's used it to cause you to grow and mature in your faith, to stand up against the wiles of the devil. But you know that ultimately it's not God's will for your life, and it's not necessarily one of those things where God is saying my grace is sufficient for you, although he could be saying it at this time. It's definitely, you know these things are a messenger of Satan or messengers of Satan, because sickness and things like that are. Just remember, it said, remember my servant Job. You remember at the beginning of Job's life, everything was going great, and then suddenly the enemy attacked him, and everything was taken from him, his prosperity and everything was taken from him, all his riches. And then the devil had another go, and God allowed him to attack Job again and touched his body, but wasn't allowed to touch his life, and he was a absolutely desperately miserable man. And we don't know how long that went on for, but after some time, I think weeks, God got Job to a certain place. His problem was that he was self-righteous, and so he was a good man, but he was self-righteous, and so God had to deal with that in his life. And when he had finally dealt with that, and he started confronting Job and questioning him very directly, stand up like a man and talk to me, sort of thing, he healed Job and restored everything. He didn't just restore everything, he restored double. And there's some scriptures here in James chapter 5 verse 10 to 11 says, take my brethren the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering and of affliction and of patience. For we count them, behold, we count them happy which endure. For you have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. God is a God of pity and mercy. He has pity and mercy on us. He loves us. But there are times when we are allowed to go through certain things that they don't come from God. They are definitely messengers of Satan. But God will sustain you through it. And I don't know about you, I've had personal promises that God is going to take these things away, and so you strengthen yourself, you gird yourself up, and you stay strong and firm for the endurance of it until God delivers you from it. And we need to remember Job is in the Bible for a reason. He's the suffering servant. He's really a very great encouragement to people who really are going through it, that God is there with you in it, and he will deliver you from it. If you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For whosoever shall confess that Jesus is the Son of God, God dwells in him and he in God. And in his time God will deliver you. God bless you. Have a great day.